Frank Skinner. Absolute Radio.
It's that which we choose to call Not the Weekend Podcast. This is Frank Skinner, and I'm with Emily Dean and Alan Cochrane. And we have our headphones on. There's been a kerfuffle about them, I'll be straight with you. One smelt of perfume, one smelt of sweat. Mine is beautiful. But anyway, we're all settled. We have our, let's say, cans on.
I'm not really settled, Frank.
You're not settled?
Well, there's a broken chair in the studio, and Alan said, when I said, oh, my chair's broken, in a slightly diva-ish tone, I won't lie, Alan said, oh, you've got the broken chair this week, as if to indicate it was my turn somehow.
Yeah.
There's a broken chair in the studio is the first line of a poem I wrote about Dawn French in 1988. It's a beautiful and mournful piece, but I'm not going to do it now. You know, it's too close to the festive season. It's in the very midst of that. But we're off. Sorry, Alan, you were going to...
I said in it. It's
in
the
it,
very midst of the festive season.
In it?
In it.
Frank, I'd like to kick off, if I may.
What? Is this about the broken chair?
No, that's been done. This is with an email.
There's a broken chair in the studio. And a large section of knitwear on the back. Go on.
This concerns your personal habits in many respects.
I see.
Hi, Frank. I've listened to the podcast from day one. I like a day one person.
That's smashing.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to listen to the whole show because I'm at work. Manager at the dry cleaners Frank sends his shirts to.
Oh, really?
I heard your knitwear dilemma, and you should have them dry cleaned, even if they say wash only. We should point out at this stage you were saying you don't bother with jumpers because they get bobbly.
Yeah, my view is that a jumper, any sort of knitwear, is beautiful when you purchase it, but one clean, and it never comes back to that original thing. Maybe I should point out that if some of you are surprised that I don't know where my shirts are dry cleaned, is in the flats I live in, there's a concierge on the front desk.
Charming.
And I just give him my dry cleaning and it goes away and then comes back in one of those immensely flimsy, the flimsiest plastic bags you'll ever get in your life.
Oh, they're wafer thin, those
They are
bags.
so thin. They are like it's like a spider greenhouse. It's very thin. Have you ever had your car serviced and you get back in and they've left the plastic bag on the chair?
Oh, yeah,
on
similar
the seat.
consistency, Frank.
It is very. It's like sitting on coffee skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like it when they put the little piece of paper on the footwell with the footprints in it.
Yes, I love all that. I love post-service cars.
Yeah.
They're the best.
Sometimes a little plastic on the gear stick I quite like.
Oh, I've never spotted that.
Frank, next...
So I'm in a position where I can actually... And I love a bit of French. I love it when French suddenly interrupts English. I'm in a position where I can leave my fiancé's negligee with a concierge.
So Sean Gallagher, who's the manager, I should say, of the dry cleaners, continues. Next time you buy one, send it in with your shirts for my attention, and I guarantee it will come back like new and feel like it did when you bought it.
Meaning a woolly jumper. Great.
That's from Sean, manager at Buckingham Dry Cleaners.
Yeah, well,
He says, give it a try. Now, here's the kicker.
Oh.
I won't even charge you for it.
Pow!
Now, the Cochrane enjoyed that immensely.
Yeah, well, it's a fabulous offer. But I have to go and buy knitwear now. It's a risk. If Sean says, actually, it hasn't quite come off with the knitwear. It has gone. The worst ones are the collared knitwear. The collar never comes back.
Oh, no.
It loses its colour. That's a lovely offer, though. I might well take him up on that. Because I'm probably of an age where I should spread out into knitwear.
The Titchmarsh stage.
Yeah, he wears a suit though, doesn't he? But like a nice Smedley or something. I've got a couple of Smedley cardigans.
I don't know what a Smedley is.
It's just a knitwear maker. Emily will know, won't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she knows.
Yeah.
They're quite dear, but they're
Very
nice.
fine silk knit, often a V.
Yeah. I've got a couple of cardigans.
I was thinking a round neck with a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Worst is round neck with a collar and tie underneath, just the heel top.
Constricted. constricting.
I was watching Mark Zuckerberg documentary.
Oh, yeah.
And he wore a hooded top with a dress shirt underneath.
Yeah, I find that strange.
I've tried it a couple of times since. I'm always looking for a fashion guru.
And Zuckerberg is yours.
Well, with Zuckerberg, Zuckerberg's a cool dude, isn't he? This is the man who invented Facebook,
Yes.
in case you don't know. And I had a man crush on the man who played him in the movie.
I'm not sure he's a cool
Jesse
dude.
Eisenberg.
Surely he's the coolest
Sure,
dude.
he's an uncool dude, and he's a nerd, isn't he? He's a famous nerd.
Yeah, but he's kind of, he's so uncool, he's cool, if you receive my meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I tried it, and I just looked like some stupid old dad who didn't know you couldn't wear a shirt underneath a hooded top, so that's that experiment abandoned. What a lovely door that's open to knitwear.
Yeah, I don't even dry clean shirts though. I suppose if your concierge is going to take it there for you, then it's very easy. But why don't you just stick them in the washing machine and dry them on a hanger?
Why don't you?
No, but I mean, like, what would I get? I would maybe dry clean a suit. I've got a suit that needs a
Maybe
wash, to be
dry
honest.
clean a
When you say
suit.
maybe,
I've never done it so far.
does that mean you might put a suit in a washing machine?
He gets the stones out
No,
in the
what-
brook.
What I mean is that I've never had a suit that I've taken to the dry. I've got one suit that's probably it's a bit manky. I think.
How long have you had it?
To clean. I don't know, a year or something. Bit more than a year. 2
It could
years
probably
maybe.
stand the dry. 2 years it hasn't been dry cleaned.
It's not
It's-
been worn
it's
every
walked there
day. I'm not
itself,
like in an
love.
office or anything.
No, I understand that.
It'll be bogging, probably. You're right.
You're right, I probably don't need... it's probably extravagant.
Is it?
But, you know, it does say dry clean only on those shirts.
On those shirts?
Yeah.
Shirts that are dry clean?
Yes.
What, are they silk or something?
They're crushed velvet, most of them.
Is this the Elvis shirt?
And they don't have buttons. They have a laced neck, a shoelaced neck, like the Lone Ranger.
Oh, it's an oil baron's ball in Dallas. I like that.
Yeah, that's that kind of feel. Oh, but that's a lovely offer, and I might well take Sean up on it.
Okay.
And there's a knock-on effect for the dry cleaners of Manchester. I might put my suit in, even though I'll have to pay the bill.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Don't
Well,
you
you know.
try and get a freebie from Sean Gallagher of Buckingham Dry Cleaners.
I'm not, he's too far
No,
away.
don't. Let's not push it. We're Buckingham.
I see.
I think Richard III said that. Didn't
I think he did, yeah.
I'm fond of a jumper actually though, Frank.
I know that.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, yours always look. I imagine you use them like disposable contact lenses. You wear them and then just throw them away. And
That
get a
like
new
P
one.
Diddy with trainers just buys a new pair every day.
Is that correct?
Never buys them twice. Yeah.
David Beckham, one of the footballers that wears brand new football boots all the time.
Yeah, I see, but he must get so many free ones.
Yeah. I think he's got like a garage that they're all locked up in somewhere.
Shouldn't they all be
ones
going
that
to charity or something
I
of
think
that
some
nature?
of them go, but yeah.
Yeah. You see, well, this year it's I call it Alpine chic to give it its proper name.
Okay.
And you've probably seen it, Frank. It's very sort of off-piece loungewear. So there'll be a. No, this is true.
Yes.
There might be a woolen pit bull or a reindeer of some sort. Have you seen
A
these?
pit bull.
Yes.
Jumpers.
Seems very appropriate. doesn't it? Devil dog on a Christmas sweater.
Or maybe I'm getting my dogs mixed up. What's the one you used to have in Birmingham?
Staffy.
Oh, yeah, maybe
I
it's a
think what it
staffy.
is what I've seen is an English bull, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
English
one,
bull.
which is the one with a head like
You're
a,
right, Frank.
It's got a head like a.
I'm sorry for
like a milk carton.
suggesting that a pit bull would have been fashioned
No, that would do it, yeah, because I mean,
in
the
wool.
sort of people who keep pit bulls are not the sort of people who wear knitwear.
The sort of people that win red or black, let's be honest.
Even if they win it. They're the sort of people that wear basically sportswear around the streets. Baseball caps.
3/4 length tracksuit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway, yeah, I've seen them around. I'm never quite sure about the festive jumper.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not sure either.
It's, you see people with the Christmas pudding on the jumper and stuff. There's a hint of, it's like when I see people with the green nylon wig on Children in Need Night. I think, well, I know what you're trying to do,
Yes.
but stay away from me. And also, I think one of the few times I ever naturally and unironically make that Homer Simpson noise of "do" is when I get to just coming up to New Year, and I realise I've forgotten to wear my Christmas socks, and I'm going to have to wait another year for that to come round.
All right.
That's a pet hate of mine.
Is it?
I have one pair of Christmas socks.
You see...
Snow scene
Oh.
with Disney character. I can't remember which one. Ears.
Snow scene.
Yeah. On the socks.
It's very intricate for a sock.
But
Well,
I don't want to throw a spanner in the works, but why can't you just chuck them on at any time of year? Nobody's caring, are they?
No, I couldn't do that. You know, on Saturday show I was talking about personal rules. I couldn't wear Christmas-themed clothing, even underwear, when it isn't Christmas.
Oh.
I feel like a charlatan.
I think I could.
That's like wearing Wednesday knickers on a Friday.
I could do that too. I can wear odd socks some days.
I'm not saying I've never done it, but...
Sometimes I just pop odd socks on.
I get angry when I see a child with the wrong bib. You know, a Tuesday bib on a Saturday. If you're going to buy those bibs, why not keep it
And not
orderly?
non-matching bra and knickers.
Yeah, I think that's all right, say 6 months into a relationship, but when it's the first night and it's non-matching, you think, well, if you don't care, you don't care. Yeah, because a matching bra and knickers is a thing of great beauty, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you think, oh, that's the end of that material. Oh, no, here it comes again. If you're panning down or up.
Like a reprise.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Encore.
I love the fact that someone's taken the trouble to put both on.
Mm-hmm.
Smashing.
It's good to know. Not for me personally, you understand.
No, but you know, I think we can all learn from that. If I wore any sort of, if I often wore a singlet, I'd try and match them up.
Yeah.
I did have an all-in-one. I had a boxer vest, all-in-one.
Like a child's
like a
baby
sort of-
grower with a clasp underneath.
Well, I'm thinking more
Well,
Victorian
no.
strongman.
No, there was
Was it that right,
more
Frank?
Victorian on beach.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can imagine a pair of hooped boxer shorts with a normal button front.
Yes.
And then they just carry on into a vest. So you didn't need elastication because they were being held up by your shoulder straps.
Nice.
Yeah.
You could wear that and then your onesie that you wore on Opinionated, you'd be
Yeah.
as snug as a bug in a rug, wouldn't you?
Exactly. It's I don't know what happened to those complete. It was the closest I've ever been to a teddy. Anyway, yeah. What else do they? What is the other name for those all-in-ones that women wear?
What, the onesies?
No, the ones that is like a vest and pants all in one. There's a teddy, and then there's another.
Yes, I think there is something, and I'm going
It'll come to me.
Not like a body, no.
Body, maybe
Yeah,
that's it.
body.
It's not a chemise. That's something else.
No,
isn't it?
oh no, something else entirely.
Okay.
But I do think with knitwear you've
Sneaked
got
a bit
to
of French
tread-
in. I knew it wasn't a chemise. I just
No.
wanted to say it.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I knew what you were up to. You've got to tread a careful line with knitwear, though. As a man, women look great, I think, on the whole.
But great women look great in anything, as we've seen. You know, you can put a supermodel, or you watch an avant-garde fashion show, you see a supermodel come down wearing a horse carcass and look great. But I think for anyone who isn't, you know, stunningly spot on, you got to be careful.
That is my bugbear with this, especially when you see it in the papers and it's all people that are super attractive anyway wearing a Christmas pudding jumper, and you go, well, yeah, you can carry it off.
Yeah,
because
Fern
you're
Cotton,
fit.
for example, was
Yeah.
in. Of course she's going to look, you know, she's going to look nice in anything, Fern Cotton.
But actually,
Fern Britain, that's a test.
yeah.
Have you
normal
got a
people.
Christmas one? Yeah.
Well, it's called intarsia, actually, that form of knitting, just so you're aware.
Is it really?
Well, there are
Intarsia.
different forms, because there's the cable knit, which you're all familiar with, if you've
Yeah.
encountered any sort of fishermen.
Intarsia?
Yeah, intarsia is specifically, it's knitting in colour blocks like that, like your pudding or your reindeer.
I remember my auntie Lorna she did a lovely, she did me a cardigan with not one, but two vintage cars.
Wow.
And they were, I mean, it's a work of art.
That's a time commitment that she's spent on you
Oh,
there.
she
isn't it?
loved it.
That's real. Good.
She loved it. Yeah,
I sometimes-
intarsia.
intarsia.
I'm going to use that again. That's a brilliant
Oh,
word.
I know you will. You're already throwing chemise around,
Yeah.
like it's an old friend.
Well, I've thrown chemises around in the past. Why stop?
They were good, those 3-line years.
One of the Christmas, my favourite Christmas garb, I think what I look best in, is the paper hat at Christmas dinner. No, I
I
honestly
don't think you look good
I
in that,
do.
Frank.
I like the idea you think you suit them.
No, I do.
That's great.
I do.
don't.
I honestly do. I'm a man who struggles with a hat, as you know, because
You
I
don't
have...
like a normal hat, do you? But it turns
No,
out paper.
it's because I've got a big head.
paper crown.
Oh, it's a lovely head he's
best
got.
hat on you.
But there's a bit of room in a paper crown, and I like it. You don't feel hemmed in. Do you know what I mean? Because it's nice, clear back to it. The seam, it's all there. And seriously, I have looked in the mirror now and before now and thought, hey, that's the hat for me.
I really suit
Oh,
this.
he's missed his calling, medieval king.
Yeah, but they've never. Obviously, it's not a heavy duty material.
No.
The cracker hat.
You don't find it slips down?
No, it fits. Not on my head. No chance.
It's round by my ankles by the end of the Christmas lunch.
If they, but I mean, I find if I get the option, I'll go for lemon. Some people go for red, but
you like a lemon?
It goes in my teeth. But if I could get a
It's always
lemon,
orange.
if I could get a lemon crown of that design, but say in a heavy duty, say a leather. If I could get a leather, yellow leather crown, I'd wear that all the year round.
You might have to go to folk festivals to find such a thing.
I've never seen it, but I think that
You
would...
see, I find the consistency troubling. It's a bit fortune-telling fish. I find the consistency of the crown.
Yeah, but if it's the yellow leather, that wouldn't be the
What
case.
a yellow leather Christmas hat, Frank. It's disgusting.
Also, with the pot belly I'm getting now, if I was naked in just a hat, I'd look like the Premiership trophy. No, but I would wear that. It's a really nice... It's a nice hat.
I
the
love
crown.
the idea of everyone putting their crackers, putting their hats on, Frank getting out to specially
That's all right.
customise.
No, I thought I've brought my own and then putting on the leather crown. And obviously I'd Scotch guard it in case we went for a walk in the snow.
Yeah.
No, I'm surprised those hats, they seem to go unnoticed, you know.
What do you mean you're surprised?
Well, no one ever
What do you think people are
says.
going, hey, I must wear this out on Saturday night?
No one ever says, well, you look, that really suits you. That
Because they're disgusting.
They're not meant to
Pieces
suit
of tissue
people. They're meant to
paper.
be popped on in a sort of an obligatory way. Oh,
that
God,
might
I
have been
suppose
the
I'll put
intention, but, you know, many of the great inventions have happened accidentally.
I just find everyone looks a bit Christmas at the Gold Star retirement home.
Well, it's a great leveller, the paper crown, 'cause suddenly we're all the same people, do you know what I mean?
Like the tuxedo, isn't it?
Except for you in a leather one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's it. I've got to put my head above the crowd, as it were. Anyway, I definitely buy. If there's anyone listening, if there's any tanners listening, I don't know I don't know how many tanners we get. There's a lot of research done at Absolute Radio on audience profile. I don't think I've seen tanner as a
When
category.
you say there's a lot of research done, we occasionally flick through the texts and emails that we've had, and people tell us about their weird jobs. But
No, but I mean
Don't think we've had a tanner.
Absolute as an organisation.
oh, I thought you meant here.
Yeah,
right now.
you know, we know the average listener is a 38-year-old male in a black T-shirt
Oh, yeah.
with
Converse.
white snake on it.
Except for absolute 1910s, they've got a different demographic.
Yeah, me.
The tanners.
And just me. Yeah, so, that's the average listener. But tanners, I don't know how many tanners we get. It's not the sort of thing your modern marketing man is interested in, you know, the old dying crafts.
No.
But if there are any tanners listening, I'm not trying to get a freebie. I'm happy to talk cash for the leather crown.
I've some questions for Emily this week. As you may have spotted, I have returned to a bearded version of Alan Cochrane for a while.
We've spotted that.
I said as you may have, because it is quite blonde in places, so I thought you might just not have noticed.
I rather like it.
I was thinking of the listeners. I think they...
Oh, right, yeah.
unless
yeah, I
they've
wasn't
heard
talking to
anything.
you two.
If they've heard scraping against the foam. The foam cover that we
it's
have.
a very sensitive microphone.
It is, yeah.
But on the subject of facial hair, I saw a thing this week about Kate Middleton having a new scouse brow. I didn't fully understand what it was. It's thicker eyebrows.
Oh,
is
the
it?
scouse brow.
Is it
yes.
thicker eyebrows?
Are
Is
you
that what
familiar
she's
with
got?
this, Frank?
Isn't it just like women putting a bit of something on their eyebrows to make them look darker. Isn't
Very
that?
technical explanation.
Thanks
I'll try and simplify it for everyone. Essentially, the scouse brow, it's, as you would imagine, started in Scouse. More commonly known as Liverpool.
Yeah.
But no, the ladies there do tend to favour, Frank. It is a very heavy black line. Sometimes tattooed on. Colleen Rooney has one.
Tattooed?
They tattoo it on. The trouble is, with the tattoo, it fades and goes a bit purple.
Yeah.
And then they have to
doesn't it?
keep penciling it in black. They like that sort of slightly heavy Pete Burns look. It's a very theatrical, overmade up
George
look.
Robey.
Oh.
Sir George Robey, the man known as the Prime Minister of Mirth, who was an old comic, he used to really thicken his
Really?
with black stuff and have massive thing. And I think the theory was that, in the cheap seats you could still see all his facial expressions. He did quite a lot of eyebrow work. So I don't know if there's... If
Maybe that's what Alex Curran's thinking in the cheap seats. But Alex Curran all the wags have it, Frank. And, so now, Kate Middleton, I mean, it's hardly a scouse brow she's got. She has thickened her brows. It does define your face a bit. Often if you're looking at a celebrity lady and she hasn't had work and you think, what's she done to her face to make her look different?
That's what she's done.
It's the brows. It totally changes the shape
We
of
should
your
just say
face.
to the listener, when you say she hasn't had work, you don't mean employment, you mean plastic surgery.
No, exactly.
I think we can all safely say that Kate Middleton hasn't had work and never will again.
Well, but where do you...
Kindly temper your hilarity with a modicum of reserve. That was one of George Robey's catchphrases.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No, I should have said that to his makeup artist. Where do you two stand on the scouse brow? On a strong brow on a woman, or do you like a wispy affair?
I used to like those sort of 70s. You still see them on sort of women in their sort of 40s in Birmingham when they've basically shaved the whole lot off and I got a tiny thin, almost painted in tiny bit.
Yeah.
And I like something. There's something. Star Trek: The Next Generation about it.
There definitely is,
Yeah. But that's quite sexy, but it can... I'm not anti a heavy brow.
And do they shave them off? Is it when they take the eyebrows off? They're not shaving them
Well,
off.
maybe
Sure,
they pluck. I guess they're plucking them, yeah.
Shaving?
Yeah, they've been threaded or plucked, and often what happens... But when they're tattooed on sometimes, they've got rid of them entirely, Frank.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Because that does save a bit of time, doesn't it?
I don't think time is an issue with a wag. I think it's just more the look.
It's not a labour-saving device.
I was wondering if... Because I mean, it's a cliche.
Yeah.
I think you'll agree it's a cliche for a middle-aged man to talk about his nose hair growing. But mine has flourished.
Has it gathered apace?
It's lustrous.
Is it?
And I reckon if I didn't touch it at all, I could grow it 3 or 4 inches. I could comb it into a moustache.
That'd be great.
like a Robert Mugabe Fultrum.
But I mean, I could comb it, just part it in the middle. Look, as it comes down the nostrils, separate them out. And I could go all the way down to a Viva Zapata.
Wow.
Moustache, just of nose hair.
November 2012, this could be the challenge.
But what I was thinking would be brilliant, if you comb your nose hair down into a tash, right, distinctive tash, then you could go and commit some sort of crime.
Oh,
You
yeah.
go into a bank, then walk out and go... Moustache disappears up the nostrils, and you're just an innocent man walking past. It could be one of the great... Who needs the witness protection programme
It's the perfect
when you've
crime.
got long nose hair? That's what I say.
I have a thing where my eyebrows seem to be growing, and every now and again I'll feel like I've ruffled them, and I can just see out the top of my eye like a bit of hair in my peripheral vision.
Well, you've got the
sort of
folds
thing.
as well.
I've got the
Cockerel.
folds?
Yeah.
Or what, where my eyes are folding in on themselves?
Well, what are they called again?
Epicanthic.
He's got the
epicanthic
epicanthics,
folds.
Frank.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not sure that's what we're on about, but it's really weird just being in, something
No,
in
it
your
is.
eye
That
lines.
will
Very-
affect the line of the brow.
No.
Because they will descend with age.
You're saying this with such authority, but I can't help but think it's nonsense. I don't know why.
No, but it's off-putting when you can see something out of the corner of your... I sometimes get a hair that grows at the very... Where the top of my nose meets my
the bridge.
forehead.
Yeah.
I get a hair that grows out there and it can get 3 inches long. And honestly, it can. Really long. And I'll think, oh, there's a hair on my face, thinking it's come from my head. And I go to brush it away, and it's growing.
I like
That's
the fact
disgusting.
you don't notice it until it's at 3 inches. 2.5 is barely affecting my
No,
day.
but, I mean, so I can see
3
it.
inches.
I can see it. It's as if there's a very tiny angler sitting on top of my head. And I can see out ahead of me, yeah.
Maybe you need it. Maybe it's like a cat. Like a cat's whiskers.
To judge distance.
You
Yeah.
snip it and then find yourself walking into doors.
No, I pluck it, and then suddenly I'm not motivated in my work anymore.
Ew.
And then I realise it's the carrot I had on the end. I could easily put a carrot on the end of it. It'd take it. It's strong. It's sturdy. Oh, you could put it. I reckon I could put a ukulele string. It'd hold for 2 days. It's a ukulele string. Yeah, and where that one comes from, I've it's. And just one as well.
It's a lone warrior.
I don't no there's no tofting. Don't think that for a second.
No.
I like that thing that if you're in the armed forces, you have to ask for permission
Oh, yeah.
to grow a beard.
Do you?
Yeah, you can't just go and then you get to your sergeant major or whoever and say, permission to grow a beard, sir. The army. So something. Although we all respect our heroes and boys, there's something ridiculous about the army.
Facial hair was banned in the army.
No, if you ask permission. Oh, and there's also the pioneer sergeant, who I believe he's in the Navy, and he's like a carpenter person on board the ship, and he can grow one. Doesn't have to ask. He's the one person doesn't have to ask.
He's allowed. He's got special rights.
Yeah, pioneer sergeant. But it certainly used to be true. I don't know if it's still true. But yeah, you have to ask. Permission to grow a beard, sir. And he has a look at you to see if he thinks you're going to grow a decent beard, because they don't want a wispy rubbish thing.
Any beard on there.
Yeah. So I'd probably be refused permission to grow.
Have you ever had a full beard?
Well, when I was drinking a lot, a beard emerged,
Oh,
but it wasn't
God.
really a decision. I was too drunk to shave.
Really?
It's as simple as that. And that
It's a
beard,
popular song, isn't it?
too drunk to shave. I've never understood people who have a beard and then they trim and still shave, basically, like the Noel Edmonds beard. If I'm not going to shave, I just want to let it grow. Mm-hmm. But my goodness, it was ginger.
Well, I
Wow.
was talking to somebody the other day and said, I feel a bit embarrassed because the beard is ginger. And she said, all men think their beard is more ginger than it is, which is now one of those things that I think, hang on, that might well have some truth in it.
Yeah, like
Your beard
that.
isn't ginger anyway.
Well, in that case, she's right. She's
Yeah.
got a point. She's got a point.
Can I
with me.
say, I quite like Cockerell with that beard.
Do you really?
It's getting a
Uh-oh.
little bit Henry VIII for me.
It is.
Frank's not sure. Can
I'm
tell.
I
not
really
sure
like
about.
him.
I'm not sure about beards in general. I know a woman whose dad, he doesn't shave on a match day. So if he goes to a football match, he doesn't shave, so he looks a bit more, one of the lads. People get very touchy about the whole facial. It's okay, but I'm not sure about it. You don't look so clean with it. You know what
I'm
I mean?
not sure it'll last.
No.
But
Don't let me put you off. Though.
no, it's about £8 for more of those razor blades, and I just feel like they should be cheaper.
I knew there'd be a financial incentive rustling around in
It's
there,
not
Frank.
even that. It's partly boredom, and partly everyone started talking to me about have I had a beard in November when Movember was on, and then I just thought actually I haven't had a beard for a while, and then partly it was that if I haven't got a razor blade and it's a trip to the shops, and you go, oh God,
For a razor blade?
for razor blades to replace the old Gillette things, whatever they are.
Oh,
the cartridgey things.
Yeah, okay. Not the sort of things that Ponks used to have. Not those razor blades.
No.
I don't know if you can still get them even.
What, cutthroat razors?
No, those like little rectangular ones with the, that you used to put in a T-bar.
Oh, yeah.
It's all got very technical now.
I'm sure you could still get them, but no, I didn't have any blades, and before you know it, boom, stubble has become beard, and then
It has become beard. It's given you a certain look. You look like you could play Ocarina in Mumford & Sons.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I don't know
Something
if
to
that's
fall back on.
Or take that, you say.
I'll
No,
take that.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bit Gary Barlow, is that what you're saying?
But of course, it's that time of the year for I reckon I could, if I just let it go now, I reckon by next Christmas I would have a massive white beard like Santa.
That'd be good.
Yeah?
That'd be great.
A bit of extra work.
Oh, yeah. You see, are you looking forward to Christmas? Because I'm quite excited, but there's one thing which is, it's putting a slight Andrew Marr on proceedings. for me,
Oh,
Frank.
really?
which is I'm getting rather fed up with what I call a Christmas cliche.
Oh, okay.
I don't like... It's often in journalism. So, for example, it's just lazy. So I was reading a piece the other day and it said, when you're watching the Queen's speech, watch out for great old Aunt Edna snoring on the sofa. Who has anyone called Edna in their family?
Or a great aunt.
Yeah,
I don't even know what a great aunt is anymore.
It really annoyed me. Aunts aren't called that, and they're not called Edna now.
No.
And they're not Edwardian.
You're right, it's a lie.
I know.
Great aunts in certain areas of northern England probably called Sharon or Kylie now.
Or
That's
Emily.
true.
Yeah, Emily, nice.
And another thing that irritates me... Oh, I love talking about things that irritate me. But another thing that irritates me is I saw another piece, similar piece of lazy, crass journalism.
Oh, dear.
Which said, mind you don't get caught with Colin from accounts in the stationery cupboard.
Yes.
Now, firstly, people aren't called Colin anymore. Secondly, it's not accounts. It was renamed finance in about 2000.
Was it? I didn't know that, I must admit. I'm going to write that down.
Accounts anymore.
Okay.
Thirdly, there is not an entire room devoted to stationery these days.
Isn't there?
People are very short on space now on this planet, and they tend to load stationery on a shelf. They don't devote an entire room to it.
I like your devotion to fact.
It's great that, what I like is that at your work they have a stationery cupboard and a beauty closet. Is there a beauty cupboard?
Beauty cupboard,
You've got to get your priorities right.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, we hardly
I
need
know
room
what you
for
mean.
tic-tacs.
People do...
They fall back on cliches.
I know, I'm going to...
All
On
the time.
Boxing Day, I'll be going to see... if the good Lord's winning and the creeks don't rise, I'll be going to see West Brom play Man City at the Hawthorns. And I know at some point an Albion player won't make it to a tackle, won't make it to a through ball, and someone will say, oh, he had a bit too much Christmas pudding yesterday.
Yeah.
And I kind of think he's a professional athlete. Do you think he's going to sacrifice his performance in quite an important match for extra dessert? That's what I want to say, but
Piggy pudding.
but people want you to join in a bit more like that. And but the thrill of pulling people up on what is a lie. However you dress it
Yeah.
up, you might say, oh, it's just bad. It's a lie. I urge you all, when you get back to work, to say to that bloke you work with, so which James Bond film did you finally watch on Christmas Day? No, I thought not.
Don't overdose on turkey sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that as well. Who actually has that?
Me.
Oh, of course he does.
Oh, actually, am me. Yeah, and also that thing about a dog being for life. You're lucky, especially with the inbreeding caused by the rabies problem in the 1970s. If you can get 10 years out of a dog nowadays, it's a good go. There's children thinking, oh, for life, brilliant. Where's Rover?
Rover. Fenton. Fenton, more like.
Yeah, that's not allowing for the roadkill aspect to keeping a pet.
I've spotted a non-Christmas cliche, but a winter cliche. I've got a pair of brown leather gloves, and every winter, when you start wearing them, before it's properly cold, people go, got your murderer's gloves on, I see, and that's quite a well-known one.
I've never heard that one.
Yeah, I kill those people. So they are murderers.
Are they covered in blood?
Yeah.
No, I've never heard the old festive murderous gloves.
You know, when you shake hands with somebody and you've got leather gloves on, they nearly always go, oh, you've got murderous gloves on. Or you have to, or you do it yourself. You sort of go, forgive the murderous gloves, eh? No, just me on this. Just me on this. Me and Emily, it seems.
No, well, I don't have any leather gloves, I'll be honest with you. We have a lot of sparrowhawks our way. And I don't want them to mistake it and come and think it's a gauntlet. If you get one of them on your wrist and you're not expecting, I'll tell you, it'll frighten the hell out of you. And also I have a nervous habit of swinging bacon on a string. That can be a confusing message for them. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Absolute Radio with Frank Skinner.